Good morning, Museum High. My name is Zeke DeBlay.
And I'm Farronidi, filling in for Nate Perkins.
And you are watching another episode of Studio 502 News.
Today we're going to be covering such topics as driving and the Democratic primary election.
But first, an update on both the flu and the corona.
Acclaimed rap god Eminem was thought to be the first celebrity to contract coronavirus. In a statement released by doctors, his palms were sweaty, knees weak, arms were heavy. The ambulance driver said that there was, quote, vomit on his sweater already. When the doctor walked in, he said, "Now this looks like a job for me." But fortunately, an initial test revealed that it was just because of mom's spaghetti.
On a more serious note, the CDC, or the Center for Disease Control, has warned us to prepare for a coronavirus outbreak. But there are no confirmed cases in Grand Rapids currently. There are, however, some cases in Detroit. There is no known cure for this disease, and thousands of people have died internationally already.
Even though the coronavirus is very concerning, influenza has been deemed far more deadly than the coronavirus. There's an effective vaccine for the flu that can help you prevent it from spreading, but it can still be very dangerous. We at Studio 502 advise that you stay safe and healthy during this time.
Speaking of safety, many of our students will be taking or are currently taking driver's ed. To help these students, we now move on to a special segment called Vehicle Chat featuring Rajon Maglione.
Hi and welcome to Vehicle Chat. I'm John Maglione. This is Vehicle Chat. Let's talk to you about your cars. Hello, caller. Where are you calling from?
The middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Where you go? Why are you there?
My car. It crashed.
Really?
Yeah, it was horrifying.
Oh, that's a problem now, isn't it?
I'd say.
Well, absolute. You know, I've had that problem too. And I've been there calling Vehicle Chat in the middle of the ocean, and my brother, Ronnie Maglione, I'm Ron, he's Ronnie, and, he picked up and he said, Ron Maglione, my brother, I'm Ronnie, he's Ron, right? And he said, what are you doing in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean? And I said, I crashed my car after driving 12 hours, only fueled by Coca-Cola and And he said, well, what you're going to want to do, and I'm going to pass this information back on to you. He said, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick up the phone, which you already have, not call Vehicle Chat, and instead call 911. And surprise, I had no idea 911 existed. Did you know this existed, Zeke? Yeah, well, 911 is apparently a number that you can call if you have any problems. And so I called them and I said, my car is in the bottom of the ocean. And so they picked my car up and they towed it to shore. And the first thing I did, because I'm an expert, I checked for water damage.
Thank you for that very informative and helpful segment.
Now you can always count on Rajon to help you fix your car.
Now we move on to our next story surrounding the Van Andel Arena.
The Van Andel Arena has been nominated for the Academy of Country Music in the category of Best Arena. I knew that information about random arenas would come in handy one day. Are you proud of me now, Mom? Van Andel has been put up against some other big-name venues, such as the Staples Center and Madison Square Garden. Back to you, Zeke and Farron. Oh man, it was a real shame we had to cancel at the Van Andel Arena.
I know.
Good thing we just have this wall here to record.
That's funny, right?
That's real funny.
Yeah. Oh crap, it's
Hope
recording.
no sh.
Thank you for that interesting story, Adam. Now we move on to the next story. This past Tuesday, the Michigan primary vote was held, and we now have the results for you.
Democrat and former Vice President Joe Biden took Michigan, clinching a victory. This after several Democrats dropped out of the race, some of which endorsed Biden. Biden appears to be the primary nominee for president.
Now we have a video taken from this past week's Bernie Sanders rally downtown in Grand Rapids.
Leadership in Congress are intimidated by the NRA. Our administration will not be intimidated by the NRA. We're going to pass universal background checks. People who have engaged in violence, including domestic violence, should not own guns.
Thanks for that very interesting video.
And now we move on to school announcements. School songs have plummeted a whopping 30%, which is the biggest drop since the lunchroom investments since episode 3. That concludes this episode of Studio 502 News. We'll see you next time.